the worm around. Bonding with it, perhaps.
It's like, guys, this is tiring. I need to take a break.
We need to make a name. What should we name our worm?
Worm. Yeah. That's a good thing. Tanky Gobbles?
Pinky Gobbles? Done. Pinky Gobbles the worm.
Oh man, you guys are going so slowly. I had something really fun set up, but you're not going to get there.
Come on, I want to get there. I'm trying to get up there faster. You keep giving us these stupid things we have to do, Solitaire, like falling down
You're not
pits
trying to fucking leave. You said let's go check the workers.
I wanted to hit someone because it's taken so long to get out of the last building. I was hoping there'd be some workers in the workers union that I could hit.
No such luck.
No. I know. It's alright. I don't have frenzy trained yet, but when I get it, I can hit anyone, anytime. And that's what I'm excited about.
I'm actually not so sure that Solitaire's idea of fun is our idea of fun.
It's my idea of fun. Unless it's failing requisition rolls.
Yeah.
That's
true
just
enough.
fun, actually. Yeah.
Filthy, Cocken says to name the worm Cocken.
Corking the worm? No. I think Tinky Gobbles the worm is much better.
What would the worm do if it was called Cork and it was just sounding like rape people all the time?
I was gonna say.
The
The worm's genitals.
Years,
The worm's genitals would be pressed up against the side of this glass case. We'd be seeing that for the rest of the walk home. So.
That's what we're having covered, right?
That's true. We're not giving it any ideas.
That's a comment in context, right, guys?
Or if we want to be neutral, we can just name it Kevin or something. I'm not a rapist.
No, the worm would be raping people. It'd just be inappropriately sexual at this moment.
Yeah. Commenting on his sexual escapades over the last 10 years.
That's the worm.
Oh, how many of you can actually see my camera?
No one.
Nope.
I can.
That's awesome.
I can see you, Bill.
Oh,
I
being
can't.
harassed.
The stream can't.
I can't see Billy.
Who is it? Is it your girlfriend?
Ooh, who's there?
Don't tell her about the worm.
Billy, is it your girlfriend?
Yes, it is.
All right, let's move on.
It's like we're all back in high school again.
Good.
Alright, anyway.
We go,
So,
we leave,
moving on.
and we get the fuck out of this district then, I guess.
Okay, so you head back towards the
Train
market
station.
square. All the stalls are empty. However, there is a... everybody roll me an awareness check at a +10.
You said we're in the market square now?
Yep. Okay, so most of you noticed this, and it is actually very easy to notice. There was next to the, on the northern side, there was an arterial exit tunnel, which was big enough to be used by, like, modern mining industrial equipment, so it's absolutely huge. Not like a standard road affair. And what's different is before it was manned by enforcers, now there are no enforcers, and the doors are wide open, which you noticed earlier would not have been a regular occurrence for these doors to be open.
Do we go in there as well?
No.
Yes.
Are you crazy?
It might be fun.
I'll keep voting no, but you guys can decide.
So, two choices. Either walk down the arterial exit, which could go for miles and miles, or get on the fucking train.
Train.
Get on the fucking train.
Okay, fine, we go on the fucking train.
Alright, so you all climb up the old rickety steps, which the rusting steps up towards the train platform.
Oh, but
and-
maybe before we climb up, Perrin should take a picture, and then we can go.
Off?
Just
Of
for...
the unguarded, open
Just
Tunnel.
selfie,
Okay.
victory selfie.
Guys, gather up, gather up.
Like team hug.
Yeah. the hug. And just hashtag us solving murders.
Okay, moving on.
Just murder solving.
Okay. So you get up to the platform, and there's no train waiting there. There's also no electronic billboard to tell you how long it's going to be. So what you wanted to do? Do you want to wait or
Or what?
Can we listen to the tracks? Maybe they're vibrating. Tell if a train is coming.
Can someone go ask us around? I have a
Karen
worm.
wants to get on the tracks and look down the
it is
tunnel.
the night cycle, so there's no there are no people about.
It's a good time for your Medicaid stuff. Medicaid stuff.
I failed first aid roll.
You
So
did. Okay, never mind.
yeah.
Alright,
Is there like a sort of more hidden part anywhere on this platform for us to wait for the train, or a
Yeah,
place?
there are sort of shadowy locations that you can see that you could probably go and.
Is the
Yeah,
train
like
station
there's-
like completely empty? No passengers as well?
No, what? Sorry,
No passengers as well.
no passengers. No. You reckon it's about 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning right now?
perfect.
Ooh.
Let's go hide in the shadows and have a snooze.
But where did everyone run then?
Oh god.
They probably went
Too
home.
bad.
Maybe you could logic it out for us.
Okay, so you have to wait 1 hour before you start to hear the train coming.
Perfect.
Loud as it is, the train arrives. It looks similar to the old one, very sort of run down and ill-maintained. Do you embark, or what do you want to
Yep.
do?
I think
No,
we
we're
should.
gonna wait
we
for the
should.
next one.
No, we're not. Get on the train.
This is the train that brings us to where we need to go, right?
Yeah, we want to go back
Okay.
to where we met the interrogator the first time. We know
We
now
left
that
him there.
he's
We
in
just
a tu-
fucking left him there. Are we sure we wanted to do
What
that?
are we gonna do? I don't. If we
Bit
break
late now.
open the tube, he's just gonna die.
Alright.
Just wait for the train to go out the other way again and go back and get him.
No, alright, let's
Okay.
go.
We need to call for backup, guys. We
I
need to
know,
call
that's what we're headed
backup.
for.
Okay. So you head back, and via the train connections, it takes you about 2.5 hours to get back to the original station where you were where you departed from.
Yeah, can we go
Now,
back to the room?
at this station is actually an inquisitorial stormtrooper. Okay, this station does not look like a regular station for people to be getting off at. Like very few passengers actually. It's actually fairly well maintained, well lit. Looks nice. So you get off the train, and the inquisitorial stormtrooper, through his mask, he's got kind of metallic voice, and he flicks it on and says, "Identification."
I pull out my Coblasta Say ID because that should be a clue to him that we are actually a part of the Inquisition.
Filthy just,
Okay.
Ills
That
rather
doesn't-
nudges
that
you and goes,
doesn't
look
seem
at that armor! Let's kick his armor!
Are you fucking kidding?
Really
He wants ID. He wants ID. I want to show him the ID that
Show him both.
indirect. Yeah, okay.
So he sees the idea. He sees the ID and kind of starts laughing to himself that you would have the audacity to show him the fake ID, which his
it's not fake.
well, you know.
What it is ID that tells him we are working for the Inquisition.
Yeah, so he gets the idea that you guys are all, but you all have to provide your.
Oh, but he wants our real stuff too.
Coblasta
Okay. Okay.
No, he wants everybody's Coblasta Say ID, not just yours.
Okay.
Okay. Then we show him our ID.
What? You're laughing at me for doing the perfectly logical
No, that
thing.
was good. That was good. Just roll with it. Maybe he was just laughing at his
All right,
chips.
so Gundram shows.
I show.
Okay, everyone shows.
Baron shows.
Yep. Everyone.
All right, everybody shows. Okay. He waves you through, but just as Ilse is about to walk, he says, "You okay?"
I like your armor.
Can I touch your armor?
He says, "On your way."
It was clearly excited from this interaction. He just like wants to like talk to the other group members about this. Is
Give me an awareness check. Filthy, give me an awareness check.
Oh, filthy.
Success.
He discovers we don't give a shit.
He has
He gives you his number.
on his hip. He has a power maul.
Oh, so nice.
What?
No. No.
Do not kill a member of the Inquisition. Do
What?
not do it.
Why do you think I'd
Just
be
my psychic
successful?
powers on you, filthy.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is that, like,
Well, there's 5 of us.
this guy is
I
def-
will use my psychic
he
powers.
can't
Alright,
be the
alright.
only one around.
Salter, I don't know what you're hinting at.
He's
with
not.
this,
He's not the only one.
but I can't. I guess I can't. I want to, but I can't.
Out of interest, out of character, what
Ask
do you
him-
think I'm hinting at?
I no fucking
Snake.
idea, honestly.
Sleight of hand.
Asking.
Sleight of hand on his armor.
No, power maul.
I thought you
I
were
have
just.
that.
I actually thought you were just being silly and like trying to sucker me into grabbing for it. That was my assumption out of character. What were you trying to do?
It was actually it was kind of.
Please
a
don't do
threat,
this.
so
It was a what?
if a guy with a power maul attacked you, he would mess your shit up. Even
Oh,
if
I
you
see.
like-
I see. I see.
So it's a warning.
I figured he was gonna mess my shit up anyways right when we saw him. So I didn't really plan on attacking him. I just wanted his armor.
Inquisitorial stormtroopers ain't no joke. Anyway, okay, so you guys walk on through, and the only real location you guys are familiar with that you know to go to would be the original room where you met Interrogator Soken.
Well, if that's the only location we know, there's no like. I mean,
There
this
was
is a facility. There's no
Is there
like
anyone-
secretary we can talk to or something.
Big
Is
sign
there
saying
anyone-
Say-
No one manning the doors. This is just once you're in, you're
Would
in.
we maybe say to the stormtrooper that, hey dude, we found one of the interrogators in a really bad place. Who do we go to?
Who was your Inquisitor?
Interrogator?
He did Matoya.
Do we know that? Do we know who our Inquisitor is
Yeah,
in character?
yeah, you
No,
do.
No.
Oh,
He was never actually introduced to you.
That's a really nice
no,
mall.
we
you have.
only know who are in
You know the
interrogators.
boss of that interrogator, Soken?
Ordo?
Hereticus.
Interrogator?
Soken?
Alright. So he goes into like this little cubicle office. There are 2 or 3 other stormtroopers in there as well. And they kind of talk to each other for a little bit, and he voxes somebody. He waits a couple of minutes, and he seems to be having a conversation back and forth. And returns out. He says, where were you deployed?
Coscarla.
He kind of nods his head.
And he's there right now, guys.
So-
It really messed up. He needs
He's in a
he needs
tube.
your help.
Soken.
So good.
The logician's got him.
Soken's in Cascarla?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I don't know what logicians are, but this is not good. This may be cause for pretty drastic action, but regardless.
Want to see our worm?
What was your original point of contact with Interrogator Soken?
He put us on
Here.
a mission here.
I think we could tell him. I mean, I
I
feel comfortable with this crowd that we could tell him our mission and suggest that we've found evidence of continued use of these illegal
Data slap.
technologies. We have.
You get the idea. He's not actually interested in the details. Like, he's clearly noticed the tube, but he's not asked questions about it.
Okay.
So it seems to be like he's almost ignorance is his strong suit. Like, he knows his task, and he doesn't need to know the
We were
details.
investigating Heresy and shit went down and we kinda need help.
And we suspect our interrogator needs serious assistance.
Okay, we'll have the Medicaid Prime investigate. In the meantime, I recommend you return to your original point of contact. It's been arranged that your Inquisitor will meet you there.
Okay, then.
Sweet.
Let's go.
So it's not a long way to that room, is it?
Are your arms tired?
I'm not carrying
about
it
time.
anymore.
I'm carrying it.
Oh,
Gundram is carrying it. It's too big for me to carry.
okay.
it's about a 10-minute walk to get there, and as you get there, you come up to the elevator, which again has 2 stormtroopers deployed on either side of it.
Illis is clearly just so envious of all this gear.
Okay, so you get on the elevator and write it down. Very familiar situation. And you walk through the darkened tunnel in the same situation where the lights are coming on as you're walking down it.
Illis casually
the,
reaches over to Zira and says, "Mind the crate."
You walk into the original Medicaid room, and a lot of the items which were there have been cleared. The window is actually now gone as well. It's one much bigger room. And there are 2 figures in the room. One of them sitting on a chair. It's kind of a plush chair, armchair, sort of red padding. This is a gentleman. He seems a bit elderly, but very, very tall by the looks of it. He looks, about 195 or something like that. And he's quite slight but lean. And behind him is a Goliath of a man who is about more than 2 meters tall. We're talking about 2 meters 10. And he's got half of his face, half of his head shaved, and the other half is long, sort of red hair. He has some pretty. He's wearing Imperial Guard flak armor, and he has in his hands he's carrying a las carbine, and attached to his back he seems to have some kind of spear. And as you approach him, so yeah, that's the situation. So what do you want to do?
Let's approach him.
Whom are you approaching?
The 2 of them. I assume he's
The
standing.
guy in the chair.
Okay.
What's the etiquette here?
It says, Salter, 3 people in my class being 2 meters 5 plus. I don't see how 210 is huge. Shut up, Gordon. 2 meters 10 centimeters is a big fucking guy, okay? Anyway.
Jesus.
Unless, again, you're talking about your penis or something, right? Because fucking can't. Anyway, so as you approach interrogator, sorry, it's not interrogator. This is clearly, it's to you. I am Inquisitor Matoya, Eden Matoya, and I believe you know my interrogator.
He's in a tube.
We didn't put him there.
Can we describe the situation to him in a little bit more detail?
And maybe show him the snake.
Okay.
Jerry,
So relay all the details. We don't need to
Yes.
RP this. We relay all the details of what happened. And he explains to you that Soken had decided to actually ghost you a little bit. And he surmises that something had happened, that Soken was careless. And somehow Soken had been abducted during this mission, which he describes as like as he's talking about Soken, he looks kind of crestfallen a little bit, like you get the impression he's lost something pretty big in losing Soken,
I
right?
think we want to reaffirm that Soken lives at the moment. He just needs serious help.
Mm-hmm. I fear that his mind may be lost to us, but if I'm led to believe the Chirurgeon Prime is already on his way, so we can only hope that he survives the ordeal to bring his... we may not be able to salvage his body, but certainly he may be able to salvage his mind. That is the least we can do for such a great mind as Interrogator Soken. However, on to more pressing issues. I'm an Inquisitor of the Order Hereticus, and I choose to only keep one interrogator at a time. Some others frown upon my methods, saying I should be more varied, but I trusted Soken to deal with the more minor heresies, and he would clearly appointed you to deal with this one in Koskarla, which was one of personal interest to me. So may I say thank you in carrying out your duties as you have. However, we have more pressing business to attend to. Gulen, And he kind of turns around to the guy behind him. And the guy, Cullen, looks towards him. He says, "Aye." And he says to him, "Time to depart Snope's world, I think." And Cullen looks back to him and says, "Aye." So Cullen walks forward, and Soken stands up. Soken's no slouch himself.
Matoya?
It's not Soken, Matoya, sorry. Matoya's a pretty big guy as well. But he's dwarfed by Cullen. So he kind of doesn't really acknowledge you guys. He kind of ills up a little bit and walks past and sort of leads you guys. And Inquisitor Matoya kind of waves his arms and says, "After you all."
Oh, follow
we
the
walk.
guy.
Yeah.
Okay. We follow
you
the big
follow.
one.
Cullen.
Cullen?
Cool.
Cullen.
Cullen.
How do you spell that?
Cuillin.
Oh. Thank you.
Like the guy in Twilight.
No, not like that.
Moving on.
Anyway, okay. That's his first name, by the way. But anyway, okay. So you follow Cullen. You all get into the lift as it was before. Cullen pulls the grating to, and the elevator starts to ascend. And he turns towards Zell and says, "Rund."
Hello. Yes, that is where I'm from.
So you converse back and forth, and Cullen tells you that he is also from Rund. He's from the eastern continent of Rund. I believe you were from the southern continent.
Indeed. That is true.
So you kind of become acquaintances with each other, and there's a sort of camaraderie between the two of you. Rundians have a lot of respect for each other. So you ascend, and eventually the lift ride finishes. You walk out, and you all get in a small military-style land speeder.
Can I drive?
Do you guys know what a land speeder is?
Can I drive?
No, you can't drive. Cullen drives. Inquisitor Matoya sitting in the back end, you all as well. He signals to one of you that you should man the
Turret.
the passenger side. There's a heavy bolter attached to the chassis. So who would like to ride shotgun?
None of us. I will. Oh, I shotgun. Talk to my pal up front.
Okay, so
Sorry, what is the land speeder?
I'll Google a picture. Land speeder. You'll
Okay.
like land speeder. You'll see.
Okay. Yeah, I know what those are.
So it's kind of like
Know what they were
floats,
called.
flies, hovers for about 20 minutes, and then you come upon a sort of spaceport where there is a small Arvis-class lighter docked at the moment with a couple of tech priests walking around, making sure the systems are okay, a couple of stormtroopers standing guard, and
Can we see
as
the
you all
sky from
disembark-
here? Can we see the sky from here?
you're inside a sort of very large port, but
Okay.
it is ceilinged, right? But you can
Okay.
kind of see out into a very industrial style landscape. You're below the smog cover.
Okay,
so-
never mind then.
Can't see the sky specifically, but you know that you're outside. Like this leads, this would lead to the surface and into the atmosphere.
That's weird for Red, because she hasn't ever been this high up on a planet before.
Okay, well, you feel a little bit uncomfortable with it, and maybe a little bit woozy because there is obviously some wind like going all over the port. So you disembark from this land speeder. It's attended to by one of the tech priests, and the rest of you, as you're walking up, Cullen claps one of the stormtroopers on the shoulder, and they kind of share a joke between each other. You can't really hear what they're saying, but he seems to be fairly friendly with this man. and you all get on board the Arvis lighter.
Kind of to no one, Ills just says, I want to be that tall.
They're there.
Maybe he may still be growing. He's only 16, right?
Do you have to get new armor if he grows?
He does have to get new armor. Okay. This is the point where you actually take off into orbit to the Reliant Dawn, which Inquisitor
Requisition
Matoya has
time,
told.
guys.
Hang on, calm the fuck down, alright? Alright. So Inquisitor Matoya details that you're headed to the Reliant Dawn, which is a Mars-class strike cruiser, which has been retrofitted by the Inquisition Order Hereticus, and there are several Inquisitors who serve aboard this ship. Matoya is one of the most senior of them, and he relays to you that there is a deck on the Reliant Dawn, which has been reserved for you and for your personal use. This acolyte cell. He also details that you will be working for him directly now. He seemed very impressed by your handling of the previous mission, and he, yeah. So as you get on board the Reliant Dawn, if you switch to map, Reliant Dawn, where are you? There. Yeah. In exceptionally colorful colors. This is the Reliant Dawn. Alright. So there are several areas. You arrive in the flight deck, the blue area, obviously. Alright. And you walk through the adjoining hallway into the elevator, and he goes up to the floor here. Okay. Walks through this hallway and into the briefing room. Okay, you all follow suit, and Kulin also follows as well. Okay, you haven't seen anybody yet, except for one man who came to attend to your Arvis lighter. In the flight deck, there were 2 Arvis lighters and a couple of industrial vehicles. Nothing that interesting, to be honest. Okay. And in the briefing room, I'm gonna not do this in character, just to explain the mechanics of the Reliant Dawn to you guys, okay? Okay. So you have several areas that you can use, and this is going to be your downtime mission hub, okay? Some people like to use mission hubs. I'm personally one of them. Okay, so you have your briefing room, and yeah, the red room here, the scarlet room, as this is the Inquisitor's room, his personal chambers. All right, you have lodgings here. Okay. Just going to quickly describe your lodging for you. The main acolyte lodgings are found down one of the hallways. Series of heavy metal doors line the corridor on both sides. Eventually, acolytes arrive at a keypad encoded room has been assigned to their cell. Unfortunately, the room features only a single stained bunk. And at the foot of the bed is a ramshackle storage box. A rusty lock hangs from its open latch, and it looks much too small to hold all of your gear. And in the opposite corner of the room is a tiny, worn writing desk, and it is missing its chair. Okay? A lot of these rooms are up to you guys to personally modify, okay, to acquire your items that you wish and to fit something. And they do provide bonus. So obviously it provides you with a place to rest between missions, but the quality of your furnishings, the quality of your gear could provide bonuses which would help reduce fatigue damage that you might take. You'd be well rested after using it, for example.
We need to steal ourselves a chair.
So we're now playing Sims.
You don't need to fucking put it in, just say you got it. Yeah, okay. So that's the first place. The second place, as you would go down the lift, would be the refectory. Refectory would be your eating quarters. Yeah, so this would ordinarily be the place to meet mercenaries. This is a shared area. This is not a personal area. So there are lots of, there would normally be lots of people in here, but it's quite late, so not so much. Next to the refectory in the orange block is your chapel. Okay. The small lit room, the small room seats no more than 50 and is poorly lit by a handful of large white candles scattered about the room. The musty smell clings to the back of the acolyte's throats, so feels old and unused. Right? There are piles of old parchment and old leather-bound books, and they're stacked around the peripheries. And there's a lone figure who sits at the end of one of the pews, silent in contemplation. Okay. This man, you have been told, is Thomas Drake, and you can interact with him later. Okay? Okay, from the refectory heading downwards into the lowest room, which is the room with the lowest floor with the flight deck, which you have access to. First of all, you have the infirmary, or green lit one here. Okay. There's a dirty sign which marks the way to the medical bay, with stained tiled floors and grimy walls. You would never voluntarily seek treatment here, but even so, usually the place is quite busy. It seems like this place is staffed only by a young woman and a pair of ancient-looking medical servitors, with numerous acolytes to take care of. Mid-bay staff that are overworked and under-equipped for the rigors of inquisitorial life.
Is she hot?